Yeah, so basically I wasted my day today. I didn't do a lot of productive things since I woke up today. Could have done a lot of things. I didn't study for my exams too, even though in a way I did study for them before. So, and there's a 3-day gap, so I don't really need to. But I could have utilized the day much better. Instead, I just wasted my time. I didn't waste it completely, but still, it was a waste of time. I could have done better, which led me to think about ways in which one can stop wasting their time, because that's a common issue in most young man's days. Why did I say that? Most of young teenagers' days. Most of a young teenager's life these days. So I figured that it would be a good thing if I could explain to you how you can stop wasting your time and your day every day. Even though I just wasted my time day to day, but I'll just give my knowledge and wisdom, and it's your wish if you want to apply it or not. So it comes that you'll see a lot of channels, YouTube channels, which will promote this idea of some Pomodoro technique or some other way, some blocks that will block your app, some ways which will block you from watching YouTube or watching Instagram. Yeah, block for this, block for that, Pomodoro technique, anime Pomodoro anime Pomodoro techniques. Yeah, so I figured I did those. Of course I would, because I've been trying them 2 years back. No, not 2 years. Yeah, actually I think 2 years ago I used to do those techniques, and they don't really work. And I'll tell you why. It's because these people are fundamentally wrong in one aspect of this process, which is they're trying to make the problems easier. And a famous man once said, I don't want my problems to become easier. I want myself to become strong enough to face the problems. So what they do here is they make the problem easier by, instead of studying or focusing on some work for 3 hours, what we'll do is we'll instead break it down into these fragments of study time combined with fragments of anime time, so that you can do both, best of both worlds. We want to watch, as if you can't stop watching a TV show. So what happens is, this will temporarily give you some advantage over studying, because the problem is now easier. The effective problem, which was to study, focus, is now easier. But what it results in is, that's not the only problem you'll face. So you'll face another problem, and that's harder. How many problems are you going to keep decreasing? Not a lot. So eventually you fall back on the same rabbit hole, and what that happens is all those problems that you decreased, you also again increase back, because you're not going to follow the Pomodoro technique after you watched 8 hours of anime, right? That's not how it works. So I'll give you the actual practical guide, which is not to make the problems easier, but to make yourself strong enough to face them. When you become strong enough to face them, no matter what the problem is, you're strong enough to face it. So even if it's a new one, you can just do it. So before you jump into it, this only works. Let me give you an analogy. Like, you can't, not all the knowledge in this world to change someone, to improve their lives, won't change a heroin addict from his heroin addiction, right? All the mental willpower in this world can't change that. For that, you need to actually change yourself first. Actually, the problem is, the advice I'm about to give is for people who are not addicted to it in the first place, how they can improve their day. Not for the ones who are addicted, like you watching this. You probably watched this thing after you watched some other YouTube video and you stumbled across this thing. So my advice will work for the person who is at a minimum strength of mental resilience, which you most probably you're not at. So what I'll give to you is, but lucky enough, we're not all heroin addicts. and we don't all need to go to the, what do you say, is it rehabilitation? Yeah, we don't have to go to rehabilitation centers, luckily. So the main first thing that you're supposed to do here in order to first get to a decent mental state is to first not completely cut down the amount of content you're consuming, no matter what it may be, which is not effective for your time, but instead decreasing it. Keeping that's the first step, which is decreasing the amount of content you watch to maybe, like, if you watch YouTube every day, just reduce it to once every 3 days, once every 6 days, then once every 12 days. Then you get what I'm going, like progressively overload that thing. The second thing, which is the most important one, is meditate. Okay, I'm serious when I say this. Not a lot of people believe in me when I say this. Not a lot of people think it's a good thing, it's a valuable thing. It is. Trust me when I say it. Meditation single-handedly can cure your addictions. Not heroin addicts addictions, but yours. Your YouTube watching, Instagram scrolling, porn fapping ass. Yeah, that's going to cure you. It's for you. So what you have to do is, meditation also should be progressively overloaded. Don't focus on the YouTube space. It confuses you a lot. You think about meditation, you think about stand like this, keep your hands like that, keep your hands like this, keep your neck like this, keep your nose like that. No, you don't have to do all that. Just close your eyes, focus on your breath for 5 minutes. Even if it's 5 minutes is too hard for you, focus for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, man. God damn it, just do it. Next thing is, increase that every day. As you get comfortable with your time, increase it. The only focus is focus on your breath. And if you're not able to, when you realize that you distract from your breath focus, just bring it back. That's it. Meditation just means focusing on your breath, and when you realize you lost focus, just bring it back again. That is the only thing. Don't overcomplicate it. You can sit however you want. Although, yeah, there's a decent stigma that if you sit in a proper straight way with your legs crossed over and your arms in whatever position you like, it will be a much better way to focus, and closing your eyes too. But the general gist is focus. If you lose it, bring it back. So these are the things I covered. If you follow these two things, now you're at a decent level of human mental resilience to be able to follow the further steps I'm about to say, which is, I'll give an analogy for this two things. Now that you're good and well, in order to move, in order to travel distances, we use cars, right? We use transportation vehicles, and they consist of two things. One is the actual car or the truck or whatever it is. And the second is the fuel that starts it, right? So the fuel that starts the car and the car itself. So your body is also the same thing. In order to go progressively forward to your goals, you need your fuel and your car. I'll talk about the fuel first, because what good is a car without the fuel? And what good is the fuel without the car? So you need both of them. But the fuel is much more important because it's much more fundamental as it in sense. So the fuel is basically the actual desire for you. Like, why are you doing it? What is your fuel? Like, metaphorically, what is your fuel for doing what you're doing? Why are you doing this? Why are you watching this video where I ramble on in this night sky for so long? Why are you watching this man talk about your goals? Because you have a purpose, you have a reason. Why are you watching this? Because in a metaphorical sense, what is your fuel? What is fueling you to watch this video? It's to be productive, right? It's to not waste your time. So what I realized is, in order to first improve your fuel, the most efficient fuel possible, which means that if you have the car but you don't have the fuel, which I'll get into later, it won't work. There's two things. First, the purpose. Second is ambition. Let me explain. So first is purpose, obviously, which means what is your work? Why do you not want to watch entertainment content all day? What is stopping you? There's nothing wrong, right? Or is it? What is that one thing that you think is actually beneficial to you? The one thing which you think which will help you. Like, not help you, what is the one thing that you think you want to do, which is why you regret this thing because you think you could have done something better. What is the better thing? That's what I'm asking. Not something you're supposed to do, which you're supposed to do that. If some exam is there, like in my case, or if some homework you're supposed to, or some assignment you're supposed to submit, even though you don't like it, yeah, you're supposed to do it. But rather than that, if you're just completely alone, you don't have any work, you don't have any exams, exams are over, nothing is there, what will you do? You'll watch movies all day, you'll watch TV shows all day, you'll just jack off to some weird porn all day. What are you going to do? You regret the things that you're doing because you know you can do something better. What is that? What is the purpose that you want to do? What is the one thing that's somewhere deep inside you telling you to do something? That is the first thing you're supposed to find. You don't have the answer, it's okay, don't worry. If you don't have the answer, there's nothing wrong with that. Find the answer. Find the answer, okay? If you don't have it, it's alright, but find it. What is that one thing that's telling you? What is the one thing that your heart is telling you to do instead of watching all of this? Find that answer first. I don't care what it takes. Come to this terrace like this, stand here, literally stand here for like 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. I don't care how much it takes. Don't eat lunch, don't eat breakfast, don't eat anything. Just one day wake up, you're completely alone. You don't have any work to do. You're watching YouTube anyways. It's a waste of time. So might as well just stand here, stare at the wall, stare at the sky like a madman, like a psychopath. Just think about it. Think about what it is. If you want, just buy a book, buy a notebook, just take a pen and write the same thing again and again. What is my purpose? Write that thing again and again till the book is filled. I don't care. Buy another one if it's not. You find that thing obsessively till you get to that point, till where your brain actually realizes. If it doesn't happen in one day, try the next day. Just go down, sleep, wake up, same thing. Find that thing. I'm serious. So once your purpose is found, if you didn't find any purpose, then I guess you can click off this video. It's not for you, obviously. But if you did find your purpose and you know now what to do, which means that you have a purpose now. You figured it out. Good. Your hungry ass has figured it out. Your hungry, deprived ass standing on this floor like this terrace like this. It's finally figured it out. Yeah. And don't watch this video completely. Just pause this video and go up and do the thing I tell you to do, and then come back. Right. So yeah, if you've done it, good. So now that purpose has been fulfilled, the second is the ambition. Why is it fueling you? Yeah, a lot of people have the ambition to become an astronaut, but they don't have a lot of people have the purpose to become an astronaut, but they don't have the ambition to do it. So why are you doing it? First one was what, and the second question is why are you doing it? God damn, my face is getting very blurry because of the night vision. Hope you can see my face, although I don't think you need to see my face for this one, so I'll continue speaking. So first one was the what, the second is the why do you want to do it? What is it that is pushing you? Again, if you can find the answer, same as first one, go up, think about it till you find an answer. Once you do those two, you know why, you know what you're supposed to do, you know why you want to do it. Another thing I would like to tell to supplement this thing is to better visualize this thing. Now the fuel is there, but the fuel needs to be more efficient, like the most quality fuel you can produce. First you created the fuel, next is to make it more efficient, more pure. Yeah, make it more pure. That's what I'm trying to do. Have the fuel, you have to make it pure. You can have a goal, but micromanage every single detail of that goal that you have. Don't just say I want to become this. No, meticulously plan at what date, at what time, what I'm going to become, at which stage of my time, what I'm supposed to be. Plan out every year, every month, every week, every day, every hour, every minute of your life. in order to further your goal. And the more you do it, the more quality fuel, the more pure your fuel will be. First is to know what and how much, this what part. In order to refine this what part, do that. The why, it just comes down to you and your personal experiences, why you want to do it. I can't give you a way to do it. You have a lot of reasons for why you want to do it, so I can't say anything about that. But in case of what, plan that thing very carefully. Can you see my face? Yeah, even I can't see my own face. Okay, so now you have the fuel, high quality one for that. I keep saying high quality, pure fuel. But what good is a fuel without a car? So let's discuss about the car part, which is actually, frankly, the most easiest part of it all. Is simply, you can have the fuel, but if there is no car, what's the point? It's just laying down there. It'll just evaporate at some point. You need the car, you need that system. You need the system placed in order to use the fuel with the system to propel it forward. Yeah, I just came up with that on spot. So, in order to, the car here is a system basically. So what is the system that it is supposed to place? I think there's only one thing, which is plan the next day. Now, listen to this properly. Plan tomorrow. The video, whenever you're watching this, mostly you're watching this in some day, like you did this day. Plan tomorrow. Do you understand it? Plan tomorrow. That's very important, because the reason you are not able to do something is you wake up and you think about sporadic things to do at that moment. And if there's something that if you don't have any work, or if you don't have anything, you maybe think, yeah, maybe I'll do this. But you're not distant. You're not, what do you say, ambitious enough to do it, even though you have the ambition and the goal, as I said before. Yeah, how much, as I told you, the petrol is there, but if the system is not there, what's the point? Plan the next day today, every single day. Just write down, sit down at some time, maybe usually evening or night, sit down, ask yourself, what do I want to do tomorrow? What are the small little things I want to do? It could be anything. Even if you want to watch a movie, sure, then just write down and watch a movie from this time to this time. There's nothing wrong with that. But plan it. If it's entertainment, if it's work, whatever it is, plan that thing a day before, every single day. And I say it with such conviction. I haven't done it actually. These days I didn't do it, these past few days. And right now, after I record this video, I'll go down and write what I'm supposed to do tomorrow. Even though I don't really have to do a lot, but still, I'll write it. Even if it's the smallest thing, just do this work, write it. Just write that in a book. I have a book, just write, yeah, I'll do this one thing the entire day. But don't leave any time gaps, ideally. Don't write, okay, tomorrow from 12:30 to 1:30, I will do this. That's it. So for the rest of the time, you're idle. No. Plan it something. If it's nothing, just write, come on the terrace and stare at the sky. That's it. Write it. So write something. If you want to watch some entertainment, watch it. Just plan that thing. Write every single thing you're supposed to do the day before you do it. This is important, because when you plan your day, you already plan what you're supposed to do. You already have that thing in your mind. Even if you've written it on a piece of paper, you have it in the mind subconsciously. So what it leads to is, when you wake up, your mind already you wake up, I'll take the book if you want a reference, this, okay, this time, I'm supposed to do it. It also takes some time. It's not that easy. It's not that easy to do it at the first try. Maybe you will not do most of the things. But that's where this ambition and goal comes in. It will help you, which is why the fuel can exist without the machine, and the machine can exist without the fuel. You need both of them at the same time. The fuel is more important, because the machine needs the fuel, first things first. So with these two in place, the system and the fuel, which is the system being to plan. Maybe you'll get some hiccups in the way, like you plan something and unintentionally something happened, like you're supposed to do something else and it destroyed your plan. It's all right. That fuel will carry you to, I don't know what your exact problem might be that will do it. I can't give the exact solution for your specific situation, but that fuel will carry you to find a solution to that problem. So with this one, basically all I want to say is just have a fuel and have a system in place. And if you think this is going to help you for tomorrow's exam, I'm sorry, it's not that simple. Yeah, I could just tell you a Pomodoro technique for 25 minutes. Sure, do that. If it helps your exams, sure, fine. But if you want long-term results, sure, you can just listen to me. Just a suggestion. So that's all I like to leave you is, it will take some time. I don't know how long. Depends on person to person. It will take some time. But once that thing is over, you will be equipped with the necessary skills to actually become mentally strong to face your problems. So now it's no longer you decreasing the problems. You have increased your own level to match the problem. That's the best thing, right? Because you no longer have to worry about which are the problems you might face which will lead you down. So yeah, I'll write my notes down today. I think I'm fairly maxed out on my ambition. My goals actually need to write them down meticulously. I didn't write them that meticulously. I wrote them down, but I'm supposed to be more meticulous and work on that too. Now that I told you guys, let's do it together. Why not? So I guess you enjoyed watching this ghost speak to you for 22 minutes. Can't see my face. Yeah, I think you can see my face now. Okay, so yeah, that's all I would like to say. Don't want to waste your time. Guess you watch this video because you have some work to do. Fucking shut the laptop down and do your work, you idiot.